every rare in Khazalgar? It's a lot, so we'll break it down to each zone, and for this video, we'll start with the Isle of Dorn. For every rare I go over, there's going to be an asterisk sign if it's level 80 or difficult to solo in general. Regardless, I'll mention if it's easy or hard, and to make things a lot easier for everyone, I'll sweep the zones clockwise to make it make sense, alright? Oh yeah, I'll also mention if it's gonna be tameable for the hunters looking to tame rare pets. This is True Endgame. Welcome to the video. The first rare in the zone we'll go after is going to be Kronolith, the Might of the Mountain. We'll start at the north part of the zone, and the rare will be at the top of this peak over at Thol Medron. And keep in mind, the rare itself is going to be level 80. The next rare is going to be Clawbreaker K'zithix. This will be found just southeast from the previous rare, down at the creek, which is at the foot of the mountain. And as for Clawbreaker K'zithix, this will be a level 80 rare, so it's going to be difficult to solo unless you're max leveled. The next rare is going to be Twice Stinger the Wretched, and it'll be on Thunderhead Peak, and we'll find it flying a little bit off of the mountain. The next rare is going to be Tempest Lord Incarnus, and this will be on the north part of Thunderhead Peak, which is just nearby the previous rare. We'll find it roaming in this area, and the rare itself is going to be level 80, so I'd suggest doing it at max level as well. The next rare on the list is going to be Warphorn, and we'll find this just south of Brambleshire and east of Dornagal, and we'll find a rare just grazing the fields around this area, and it's going to patrol that. The rare itself is level 73, so you don't really have to be level 80, even at level 71 or 72, you should be able to solo this. Moving on over to the northeast part of the zone, we'll go after Shallowshell the Clacker. We'll find this rare at the shores of the Three Shields, and the rare itself is going to be level 80, so yeah, do it at max level or do it with a group at 78 or 79. The next three rares are a part of what I like to call the Silver Trinity. Silver because they're rare elites, and Trinity because there's about 3 of these rare elites in this area, or in this case in Cinderwald. We'll find the first of these on the northeast part of the outskirts of Cinderworld over at these coordinates. It's going to be level 80, and despite being a rare elite, it's kind of doable solo. The next rare in the area is going to be Tephratennae, and it'll be near the middle part of Cinderworld, patrolling around the center part of the area. It's going to be difficult to solo just because of the elites in the area, but once you do isolate it, you should be able to do this. But if you have a hard time doing this, I'd suggest bringing a friend. But yeah, the next rare is going to be Matriarch Charfuria, and we'll find it at the foothold of the nearby Cinderbrew Meadery. And despite being a rare elite as well, this one can be soloable at level 80 if you're wearing decent gear. And unfortunately, all of these wolf models with the lightning crackling around them are untamable, including this rare. I'm sorry about that, hunters. The next rare is going to be Flamekeeper Graz, located southwest from Cinderworld in this area. The rare itself is going to be level 80, but it is still soloable even if you just freshly hit that level. We'll be able to find this rare over at Morning Rise. The next rare is going to be Springbubble, and we'll find it at the boulder springs in front of this pond. The rare itself is going to be level 73, so yeah, it should be soloable even if you're just leveling through the zones. The next rare is going to be Sandres the Relicbearer, and we'll find it just south of the Boulder Springs on top of this dune. And once again, the rare is level 73, so soloable even if you're just leveling through the zones. The next rare is going to be Plaguehart, and the rare itself is going to be in Boscrude Basin. The rare itself is going to be level 80, so it's going to be somewhat difficult to solo even at that level, but if you're decently geared at that level, you should be able to do it. The next rare is going to be Gar'loc, and we'll find it along the coast of Isle of Dorn at the southmost part of the zone. The rare itself is going to be level 80, but it is still soloable. The next rare is going to be Emperor Pitfang, and we'll find it underground by the Opal Crag. So we'll want to go inside and head deeper down in the Opal Crag, and we'll find it somewhat submerged on the ground, so we'll just walk over and aggro it, and that should unsubmerge the rare. Once again, the rare is going to be level 73, so while you're leveling through the zone, you should be able to solo this with no difficulty. Moving over to Freywold Village, the next rare is going to be Bloodmaw. We'll find it by the mountainside, and it's going to be accompanied with 2 other wolves. But yeah, just like the previous wolf, this one is going to be untamable as well. I'm sorry about that. The rare itself is going to be level 73, and even while leveling through the zones, you should be able to solo this. The next rare is going to be Rustul Titancap, and we'll find it near the mines for the Aurek Crag. You'll be able to find this rare while leveling through the zone, so this should be an easy rare to solo, even while you're just leveling. The next 3 rares I'll talk about are going to be in this area. This area is what I'd like to call the Summoning Circle. There's about 3 rares that can spawn here, and they're all level 80. The rares are Kereke, Rotfist, and Zovex. And every time you take one down, you can loot a piece of gear, and despite being level 80s, they are quite easy to solo. The next rare I'm gonna talk about is going to be the Escaped Cutthroat. We'll find it along the coastlines on the west part of the Isle of Dorn by this campfire. The rare itself is going to be level 80, and despite that, you should be able to solo it even if you freshly hit that level. The last rare in the zone is going to be Alunira, and this one flies on top of the highest mountain in Darostan, which is the southwest part of the zone. In order to engage with the rare, we'll need 10 of these crackling shards, which have a below 1% drop chance from any mob, rare, or elites in Khazalgar. So Khazalgar meaning the entirety of the zones. So once we have 10 of them, we'll combine it to make the Storm Vessel in order to break Alunira's invulnerability shield, and from it we'll get the mount version of Alunira, but this will only drop for those who use the Storm Vessel. But yeah, those are every rare in the Isle of Dorn, and some of those actually give you reputation, and if you're interested in a more in-depth guide on every rare that gives you reputation for their faction-specific zones, check this video out. If you found this video insightful, helpful, or cool in general, then leave a like and subscribe to show your support. And before you go, be sure to check out True Endgame's Mount Collector tool in the description down below. It's a great mount collector tool for every mount enthusiast in World of Warcraft. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.